Hi. So we want to talk about chemicals, and I've gotten like message after message from my higher self to be cleaner and to get rid of chemicals in products. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we have a special message about Blaze Pizza. So stay tuned about that. Yeah, let's just start off with talking about products and kind of highlight about deception about what's in your products.
Well, and just the importance they need to read every label. Every label.
Let's start off with talking about Dr. Teal. So I got this at Dollar General. Some people don't shop there at all, right? There's a reason. Well, I've heard of Dr. Teal's, and I thought that they were natural. I thought, oh, Dr. Teal, natural, right? It says on here, simple, honest, and effective, right? Are they? Well, they're being honest in a roundabout way. So they say that they're simple, honest, effective. It says coconut oil and essential oils. That's true. Those are in here. With cocoa butter, shea butter, and vitamin E. Okay, all those are in here. It says parabon and phthalate free. Okay, that's true. However, if you read in the back, it's got all this stuff. It's like, I don't know what that is, some stuff. But I'm like, it's got, lavender, coconut, shea butter, right? But, and then this is where I'm like, I got to throw it away. Aluminum. Yeah, and PEG 100, which PEG 100 I began to realize is in most of these beauty products. And PEG 100, there is this, it was coming to me, download, says conspiracy. However, I wasn't going to use that word. I was going to say that there is a debate going on about whether it is safe or not, and anything debatable you can pretty much just say no.
Well, what came up when we looked it up was saying, here's where the real conspiracy comes in, is it said sometimes it contains whatever it was called that is I think they said dangerous, not potentially dangerous, but you don't know when it has it and when it doesn't, so you have no way of knowing.
Right. So in other words, I would rather be safe than sorry, right? I just pretty much don't. And my higher self, well, my higher self basically about this kind of stuff said, naive. She said, you're naive because I believed, just this instead of reading all the labels. And so she said that's how they deceive you. I think it's how she put it. You're naive, and that's how they deceive you. So this is going in the trash, but I saved it just to show you.
Well, that makes me think of something else, and I wish that I remembered the specific thing. They like to deceive us with labels like this, like saying blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it is true, but that doesn't mean that something else isn't going on, because they have other labels that make it sound really good, like free range chickens, right? People say that that's just as bad as regular chickens for different reasons. But there was something about even just what is considered FDA approved, because they'll put FDA approved, it makes it sound like it is safe for you, right? But there's things that get FDA approved that's not safe. And I think there was reasoning saying the FDA like supports things that are not safe or something like that. So that's why it's important for us to not just go off of like something that sounds good and actually verify what is in it.
So they'll put things like that and try to just get you to automatically think that it's safe or natural, and that's not true. And so my higher self is really telling me to cut back on eliminate basically chemicals, and she has said it several times now, and I wouldn't say I haven't listened, but I haven't really really gone through all my products and just thrown all the stuff away that isn't making sense, really, is what she says. If it doesn't make sense, you really shouldn't be using it. Oh, I got this information. I said, is this making me sick? Okay, because I really don't want to get rid of this certain shampoo, which yet again, they said on there, no parabens. They love to throw that out. No sulfates, right? And you're like, oh, right. But then I was looking on the back. It's horrible. What was in my shampoo? It was like L'Oreal. It was L'Oreal, I know, and it was color safe, and it had natural oils in it and stuff like that, but it's horrible, whatever. I couldn't even read any of the stuff in it. I asked, is this making me sick? And she said, no. However, the way she described it, and it can make you sick, of course, but for me personally, if you're not sick, this is the way it was described. All your energy is being put into not making you sick. So to heal you on a physical level, that it can't be used in as spiritually or for other things. Okay, so it keeps you dense because all your energy is being used towards keeping you safe and not sick. So that's what it was, the way it was described to me. So if that makes sense, that resonates with you. That's the information I got personally for myself anyways. And I think that applies for everybody. But yeah, these things can make us sick and give you cancer and things like that. We found these. It's called ingredients. And this is really natural. I mean, you look at the back, it's just nothing more than water, aloe vera, coconut, corn. It's got coconut several times in here. Potato, palm, essential oils, tea tree, and apple. Well, this is the conditioner. It's got pretty much the same thing. So that's got pea, jojoba seed, rapeseed, shea butter. Yeah, this isn't how shea butter. So it's really clean. So this is like the cleanest shampoo I've found, and I'm sure there's others. And I'm looking into we're gonna look into how to make our own shampoo.
It's also just nice that, so if you look at normal ingredients, it's hard to read, but it's in just this big list, right? So it's kind of hard to I can't turn it right. It's hard to read because it's all just in this paragraph, because they really don't want you to read the ingredients. It's small and everything. But if you look at this, it's laid out very nicely and it's color coordinated. So it's very easy to read it. And it's very clear because they're saying this is ingredient and this is what it comes from, so that it translates to you, because they aren't worried about you actually looking at the ingredients.
Yeah, it's very clear there. See, if you look at these kind of products, it's like it's scientific, right? They hide what it is. If you can Google it, what is really this thing? And sometimes it really is something natural.
Yeah, well, what is it? They said that like for salt, there's like 31 different names for just salt. Why do we need 31 names for salt?
Right. So they want to deceive us. They want it to be all hidden, and then we'll give up because it's so hard to look it up. And so people aren't going to look up like 30 different long names, right? Things that we cannot pronounce. I do want to just talk about St. Ives. So I pretty much was a big fan of St. Ives, but you got to watch St. Ives. So sometimes St. Ives will say like 100%. Like, I think they're really deceptive because they'll say 100%, but it's not 100% natural. It's not 100. It'll say like something like 100% natural oils. That doesn't mean that it's 100% natural, right? They want people to look at that and just go, oh, it's all 100%. No. And so, I mean, this I was using, but it's not 100% natural, obviously. It doesn't even say that anywhere. But I found this, which is 100% natural. And all it is because I was like, where's even the ingredients? And I found it because I was like, oh, it's this simple. All it is avocado oil, soybean oil, and plant-based glycerin. Okay, that's pretty simple right there.
So that shows why, though, you shouldn't just go off of, like, if you find this product and it's good, you shouldn't then just trust everything that St. Ives makes. That's why you should look at all of the ingredients for everything.
I will say that this Alafia, though, brand seems to be pretty trustworthy. They seem to be pretty good. I didn't bring it, but I have some neem and turmeric face cleanser from them, and it's just pretty much neem, turmeric. I think there's some other stuff in it. I want to say some kind of leaf, jojoba leaf or grapeseed leaf or some, but it's pretty natural. This stuff is a lot better, and I say better because still it's got, I don't know what this is, phenoxyethanol. I don't know what that is. So the thing is, you do need to be careful, and that's why I want to look into how to make my own products, such as face wash and things like that.
People say that's cheaper too.
Probably. Affordable makeup stuff, I've found Pacifica is pretty decent, I believe, because I don't want to spend a fortune. Burts Bees seem pretty good. I was using this. This came from Vitacost. And the thing about this is it's got some really questionable stuff, like PEG 100s in here. Is some other, just all this stuff like Celatires 20. Anything with a number behind it just really doesn't seem good. Yeah, it's got other stuff. Like, see, if you can't pronounce it, crethanolamine.
Sounds like medications.
So I'm not going to use that anymore, sadly. I love this stuff, but Pacifica does have their own BB cream, sadly. Using that. Seventh generation seems pretty good. They seem pretty good. All their stuff seems pretty trustworthy. They even say made safe. It says made safe screens, behavioral toxins, carcinogens, developmental toxins, endocrine disruptions, heavy metals, good, neurotoxins, reproductive toxins, and harmful VOCs. So they have screens for that. And so I got fruit extract, orange, some gum, but it's a lot better than cloves in here, rosemary. It's sunflower. So they seem a lot better than other stuff. I did, and again, I have the St. Ives, which it says made with 100% natural extracts, but that doesn't mean it's 100% natural. It says plant-based cleansers, cruelty-free, 100% recycled plastic. Okay, but doesn't mean it's all natural.
Peg 9.
Yeah, it's got PEG 9, tetrasodium so there's stuff in here. It doesn't look that bad. It's not that long of a list.
It's better than the shampoo.
Better than other stuff. Okay, so if you really need to be cheap about stuff, it's a better alternative. It's not. Still, there's stuff in here, and that's why my higher self is like really wanting me to gradually get as natural as possible. I think what I'm going to do, unless I do make it myself, is go with this Alafia brand instead, because I believe that they made body wash. So just Pacifica, although the Alafia seems more cost effective because they have larger containers. What I was just quickly going to say about fluoride is that it calcifies your pineal gland. So I've been using fluoride-free toothpaste. I've been using Tom's of Maine, which they also make deodorant. And they have several different scents. I like this Beautiful Earth one. Some people don't like that one though. So, see which one you like the best. But it is a lot healthier. There's no aluminum in here or parabum or any of that stuff. It's not a long list of stuff, and you pretty much can tell what's in it. I don't know what tocopherol is, though. So that's the thing about this, is that even natural products, you look at it, what is that? So yet again, I'm still in my research phase of trying to find the best products, weeding out as I go. So the Natural Dentist is pretty good. And so they have this mouthwash. I do oil pulling more than I use this, actually, though. So oil pulling is nothing more than putting oil in your mouth, switching it around for about 10 minutes, 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes. I can't do it for that long, but it's just as good as using mouthwash, and it does heal your gums. So that is effective. And with fluoride, we did want to talk about water. So there are heavy metals in your water, and my higher self says to get a distiller, or we're looking into a reverse osmosis machine to get the metals out. And yeah, I was asking, is the filter enough? No, the filter's not enough. You need to get a distiller or get a distilled water, but like in bottles, but that can be expensive. And then you do have to deal with the plastic. And so the best is to actually get a distiller machine. Those run about $120, although a reverse osmosis machine is around $400, but that evens out your pH level. And I did find this water bottle is $50. And I know it sounds like a lot, but the glass does not break. Somebody did a test and they threw it on the ground and everything, and it didn't break. And supposedly it has information here. I know it sounds really weird, but it has information here to transform the water molecules into the purest form. Now, my water does taste different since I began to use this. It also has little bubbles in it that is not in other water bottles, so it seems to be changing the water. If you know the Dr. Emoto research, then you will know that water molecules do change and shift depending on words and frequency that you place around it. So this has a lot of like information about high frequency intentions, and it's called the I9 water bottle. You can find it on Amazon, or you can go to their website and get it. I got the chakra one, but they do have different colors. But my higher self did confirm that this water bottle is high frequency. So I do seem to trust it. My higher self said, hey, yeah, go with it. But it's not supposed to be a substitute for getting the distiller or the reverse osmosis machine, but it is better than nothing, and it's even better if you combine those. So I haven't got my distiller yet, and I haven't got my I haven't got the reverse osmosis machine that I was going to get. So, now we're going to talk about Blaze Pizza.
So Blaze Pizza. So this is funny because this actually happened a while ago, and we were going to make a video on it, and we didn't. We were getting Blaze Pizza, and we had never ordered Blaze Pizza before. And we got really excited because we saw that they had vegan cheese. So we are not vegan, but I keep feeling like we need to be more vegan. So we were really excited to try this pizza with the vegan cheese. And we got it. And I think did you dislike it from the very moment you ate it? I don't remember.
No, I liked it at first.
Okay. See, I liked it at first. But then I know you commented on it first.
So I liked it for like the first bite.
Okay, the first bite.
It's about the first bite. I was like, oh, and then I said, oh, it's like cheese. But then the more I ate of it, the worse and worse it got.
And she kept commenting on it. And because she kept commenting on it,
the texture of it is really bad. It gets really bad. It's slimy and gooey.
I'm sitting there eating my pizza, and I'm hearing her going on about how slimy it is and everything. So obviously I'm paying closer attention to it. So then I'm noticing, and I'm like, oh my God, this is really slimy. This is really unpleasant. So I was having a good experience, and then I turned into a bad experience. And I was like, oh, I don't hate it. But she's gone on about, oh, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, so it began to affect my stomach too, at least afterwards. I was like, this did not settle well. And I did not want to eat the leftovers, because you're leftovers, of course, because I didn't want to eat that much of it. And I was just like, no, I can't. It's gross.
So me being the person that I am was wondering, what is this cheese? Because we don't want to buy this cheese, right? Because it's bad cheese. So I try to find out what cheese is on the vegan Blaze Pizza cheese. And we find out that this cheese is diet cheese that we had in the pantry.
Macaroni and cheese. It was macaroni and cheese. But a lot of these vegan products it's vegan. It doesn't have milk, but what else are they adding to it?
It doesn't mean it's healthy.
Tastes like cheese, right?
So I then was like, because I don't like to throw things away. And I'm like, well, this is a cheese sauce. This isn't the same. So is this going to be just as bad? So I think I looked at the ingredients first before looking up, I think. And I saw that it had titanium dioxide in it. And I'm like, what is this? So I looked up titanium dioxide, and this is a product that is put into various, mostly vegan, I think it said mostly vegan, food products as a coloring ingredient. So instead of dyes, they put in titanium dioxide. And I don't know why I guess they think that looks better somehow than the color, because you have people like Heather that sees the like we say, like red 20 or whatever, and say, oh, well, I don't want this. So I know that they were saying something about they give it to rats, and there's like debate of people saying, oh, it's not bad for you. But then people are saying it's possibly a carcinogen. But then when I look it up again, because I was just recapping myself, I get titanium dioxide hazardous substance fact sheet excerpt on Google that says exposure can irritate the eyes, nose, and throat, since it has been shown to cause lung cancer in animals. Not it can, it actually says it has been shown to cause. And something else that I saw was saying that basically if you inhale it as the actual powder form of it, it causes the same effects of lung cancer. I've never been able to grasp my head around why we color things, because why do we feel the need to color it? It's because they claim that we are more likely to buy something if it looks prettier. So they put in these things just to make it look more appealing. But I have actually found out that this is more
like cheddar cheese is actually just white.
Yes. So when you see white cheddar is actually the normal cheddar. The normal cheddar that's called normal cheddar is the dyed cheddar. Yes, that's a fun fact too. But we've come to just recognize that everything gets colored. We just are like, oh, of course there's coloring in this, because then we don't question when we see coloring on something, because everything's colored. Because I found out that they color our salmon as well, salmon and tuna. So it's not normally pink. So when you go buy your pink fish, they have added it the pink color.
So Quoran, Quorn, not corn. Quoran that you see in the vegetarian frozen section is a fungus. It's like mushrooms, but it's fungus. But they they create it in a factory, like in a lab kind of.
It just sounds great.
Right. And then people are getting sick. They say it's only a small portion. But once I heard that, I was definitely no, I was not going to eat these. We got the corn from a friend, and then we decided not to eat it because we figured out what it was. And if some people are getting sick, and even if they weren't getting sick, I probably wouldn't eat some fungus made in a factory. That just sounds, it sounds like a scientific experiment project. It's like the fake cheese, like cheese food isn't really food, or
it's really cheese.
It's not really cheese. It's not really food either.
I mean, it says it's a food product.
It's a food product. It's like this whole processed cheese and everything.
It basically gives off the impression that it's like produced food instead of real food. It's like, we made this to imitate food, but we can't really call it food anymore.
It's lovely when they have to put on the product real cheese, made with real cheese, not fake cheese. Anyways, so that's our spiel. Thank you if you made it all the way through this video. But that is our spiel on chemicals and products, and the whole focus here is just to be educated, be aware, be careful, read all your ingredients to see if this is something you actually want to buy and if it's safe. And if it's not, just be aware. It's okay if you decide to use these things, but make it a choice, okay? And to recognize what you're actually putting on your body or in your body. All right, I think that's it.